Hey everyone, thanks for coming back. This is Josh from Sellery. Sellery is your spirit guide to the world of retail and online arbitrage. If you remember in the last set of videos, we showed you how to run your inventory through the inventory evaluator and identify the optimal strategy in advance of the February 15th long-term storage assessment date. In this video, we're going to show you how to optimize your repricing in advance of the assessment date to clear out some of that inventory before the actual long-term storage fees are charged. So what we're going to do is go back over to our Excel file and pick up where we left off. If you remember in the initial video where we ran our inventory through the tool and we got the recommendations back for the optimal strategy, it told us we should dispose about 1,200 items and remove about 345 items. Now, remember, the recommendation that the tool is giving you is the one that's maximizing the payoff. So let's do a deep dive into what's happening behind the scenes in the tool just by looking at an example item. Now, all of this is just an example on this sheet. All of this math is happening in the individual rows of the spreadsheet down here, so you don't have to worry too much about how it's functioning, but just for a visual to know how it's evaluating each of your alternatives, let's go through a quick example. So this is just an example item. It's a book. It happens to be a book that's ranked about 183,000. If we dispose of this item, that's our first option here. This is what the cash flow schedule looks like, and this is how the spreadsheet is calculating your net payoff. There's a disposal fee that's going to happen up front. You're going to pay 15 cents, and that's it. That's the entirety of all the cash flows. This is the most simple alternative. You just pay the 15 cents up front and that's your net payoff. So there is some price that's equivalent to a payoff of negative 15 cents. And in this case, for 1,200 items, it's saying the best alternative is negative 15 cents. That means all the other alternatives for each of those 1,200 items give us a payoff of even worse than negative 15 cents, right? So there should be some price that gives us, there is most certainly some price that gives us a payoff of negative 15 cents. And there's really no difference between paying Amazon to have them dispose it, paying them 15 cents to have them dispose it, or just simply lowering our price to the price that gets us a payoff of negative 15 cents. It's the exact same thing. So over here in our trade-in alternative, same thing. There's a lot more going on here. There's a lot more moving pieces and different cash flows, but it nets out to positive 72 cents. So again, for this 345 items it's telling us to remove, it's saying the best option is the trade-in, which gets you 72 cents. That means all the other options are giving us a payoff of worse than 72 cents. Okay, so same idea here. There is some price that you should be willing to set your price to in advance that will also net you 72 cents. It's no different. You shouldn't care one way or the other how you get the 72 cents, whether it comes from your left pocket or your right pocket. It's still 72 cents, so it doesn't really matter. So let's show you how to actually set your prices according to the optimal payoff. And in column AC, I'm going to unbold this column so it's not distracting. In column AC, the tool is telling us the price that's equivalent to our optimal choice payoff, which is just a fancy way of saying, what is the price that I need to set it to give me the same payoff as my optimal alternative? And again, you might as well set that ahead of time. We set our sort of preemptive pricing that we're talking about here on February 1st. That way we had about 2 full weeks to clear out inventory. You could do it further in advance if you'd like. You can go 1 month, 2 months in advance. It's totally up to you. So I've started essentially a blank workbook over here. I'm setting up a file that I'm going to upload to our repricer. We use Sellery, but you could use any repricer. Will probably take an upload. Most repricers that I've checked take some kind of upload for being able to reprice your data in bulk. And all I need here for Sellery, if you use Sellery, you can just follow along. I need SKU, price, and I need floor price. So let's go get the SKUs first. And I'm just going to copy and paste as values. And then I'm going to get the price, which was that column we were just looking at, the price that's equivalent to the optimal choice payoff. I'm going to put that in the price section. And it's totally up to you. You can actually set this to be your price for your item if you'd like. We're going to actually use it to set our floor price. And the reason being is that our normal floor price is $7.98 for items that are 6 months old or older. And for these items, we may be able to squeak out a little bit more than the optimal price. So we're just really, what we're doing is telling our repricing rules, you can lower the floor all the way down to this point if you need to. And that's one of the biggest constraints in this case that's causing these items to not sell, is because there's probably other offers that are lower than our original floor of $7.98, and that's why they're not selling, because the other offers are lower price. So I'm going to actually use this as our floor price, but you can just use it for the exact selling price if you do like. So I'm going to set the floor price to the minimum of the price that's equivalent to the optimal payoff, or $7.98. And the reason being is because see how there's some of these values are greater than $7.98. And again, our normal floor is $7.98, so we're willing to let it go all the way down to $7.98. So I just double clicked on that plus arrow in the bottom right of the cell to copy the formula down. And then I'm just going to save this as a CSV. That's what Sellery needs to be able to take an upload. And I'm going to call this, let's call this Sellery upload. Okay. So that file is all set, it's ready to go. Then we're going to move over to Sellery and get it uploaded. Okay, we're back. We took a little TV time out there, and we're inside of Sellery. We're under Settings, Uploads, and on the Upload tab, that's where you do your uploads for Sellery. We're going to click on Select File, and then we're just going to click the Sellery Upload button. And what it does is detects the fields that I had in the CSV, and it's going to ask us what Sellery fields we want to map them to. So floor price in my spreadsheet maps to floor price in Sellery. That's exactly what I want. And SKU maps to SKU. That's exactly what I want as well. So when you're ready to go ahead and proceed with the upload, you can just click the Process Data button, and that will complete the upload process. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section if there's any features in the inventory evaluator that you'd like to see in the future. Thanks for watching. Again, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next video. Thanks, guys.